Man, I'm bored.
Me too. This sucks.
Wish we had something to watch.
Right?
Beyond Borders, starring Clive Owen and Angelina Jolie. Where did this come from, John?
Beats the hell out of me. But I guess we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, random movies popping up here on Neon Trash. And what better way to spend a Friday after working full time, drinking beers, and watching a deep drama? You guys know this routine. Check out that motherfucking trailer. Peep that shit. And when we get back, you guys are going to know Johnny and Tommy's opinion on Beyond Borders, the bookstore.
So are you married?
No men in my village want women over 18.
In my tribe, it's 30.
Welcome to Food Relief.
You've met Nick, who's our team leader and full-time doctor.
Is that perfume? You're wearing perfume in the middle of the desert.
Is there something you wanted?
We got about 10 days left.
What are you going to do when the food runs out?
Oh, we usually find a way.
Dr. Callahan, I presume? 25,000. Now you will do this, and you will do this right. And remember, I'm the guy that makes you possible.
You're not wearing perfume.
Are you gonna tell me where we're going?
Place near the border. What's the problem?
The boxers, they for who?
Don't throw those away. People's lives depend on them. I swear to God, I don't.
Did you know about the guns?
Thousands of kids die because I wouldn't bend the rules.
You have to transport guns to help people.
You do here.
I think you know he wasn't just a doctor anymore.
I'm worried that something's going to happen to you.
He said you're a CIA agent. One of you must die.
I'm absolutely crazy about you. I'm not good for you.
You owe me, you took the money.
If anything happens to her,
And what?
Nick has disappeared. I want you to be safe. Go home.
I'm not leaving until I find him.
You're willing to risk your life for love.
I want to know where Nick is.
Angelina Jolie's humanitarian work is just as notorious as, her, status in Hollywood. I mean, most people, know her as Tomb Raider. I thought Clive Owen was excellent. All the supporting actors, they served a purpose. There was no necessarily wheel spinning in terms of, overall narrative. The fact that this was made in the early 2000s is quite impressive, because if you think about what movies were kind of coming out during that era, this actually has something to say. And it's on a big budget mainstream level. It doesn't, sugarcoat things necessarily.
You really can't cap off such a serious movie like this with, a happy, feel-good Hollywood ending. Like, if they both ride off into the sunset, it's like, no, you can't. You can't. Because, they're obviously really trying to shed light on some of those, more horrible aspects of, the human condition. We have 3 acts seeing 3 different parts of the world, and that's just barely scraping the tip of the iceberg, right? There's stuff like this happening in several countries and continents all around the world. Like, we still have, these, terrible, wars happening and conflicts, and we have what's happening, over in Gaza and Palestine right now. We still have what's happening in Ukraine. And then that's just one of the news. There's still things happening in like Myanmar, Burma, there's still in Southeast Asia. There's still horrible wars happening that don't even really make the news because there's so much other crap happening. I don't know. That's probably the most surprising part of this to me, is that something like this got greenlit in Hollywood. You can't depress people like this, because it's just especially when you start off in Ethiopia, and it's like, man, back in the day, yeah, for sure, it's like yeah, you know, that's where all like those Ethiopian food jokes come from. It's like, yeah, they had to, like, there was literally nothing. Like, the war had just completely ravaged that country, and there was absolutely nothing out there, you know, and it's like, shit, it's 2025. Has it gotten any better? Or has that just been, like, flushed out of our news cycle for, like, the next bit of horrible news, right? Like, and it's like, God damn, you know, and you think today, you know, it's like, you know, they're looking, you know, there was what that you know, she had how many, like, what, 40,000 pounds or whatever in that initial run of food that lasted him like 4 days.
Right. We're going into some deep places with this discussion because,
but, I mean, this is an incredibly deep movie. You know, this isn't Weekend at Bernie's, folks. Like, you know, this is, you know, but I mean, it's also, you know, it's
world history. It's current affairs. It's
it's you know, and even though it takes place so long ago, this movie was even made 20 plus years ago. Like it's this stuff, unfortunately, still incredibly relevant because like this stuff is still happening and people are still suffering incredibly needlessly.
You've often said though, when we touch on deep movies like this, how do you give something, you know, this, you know, meaningful or moving a star count? In this case, I feel like it's a little bit easier because despite everything that we've just said here and the things that we commend the film for, at the end of the day, this is still the early 2000s. I feel like it really is vindictive of that time period in Hollywood, but you gotta give everyone involved with this movie credit because it does take some chances. I mean, all you gotta do is look at, you know, the films that were released during that year, and it will give you an idea of where we were at as a society in terms of pop culture and maybe even, you know, news stories and things of that nature. So even this movie can't escape the era that it was produced during, but that's not to say it's a bad movie by any stretch of, you know, means. There is a love story at its core, so there's a romance to the narrative. I don't feel like it ever gets in the way necessarily of the overall message, but it's still there, and some of those elements fell a little flat for me. But I guess we needed an overall narrative. Like, you can't just take these characters, throw them into these tragic conditions, don't give them any context, because then the audience wouldn't have any empathy or anything to relate to with these characters. So it's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. But this is a movie to revisit. Tom of the Hammer is going to be going with, I'm feeling a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I mean, you're not wrong. It is kind of, you know, difficult to give something like this a star count when it does evoke so many feelings of empathy, and it's, you know, but to really, I don't know, get down to the nuts and bolts of it being, you know, a film, you know, there's, it's tough. I was feeling, I mean, I did, you know, enjoy it overall. I think that romance does a good job of, you know, being the engine that drives the story along, you know, and things roll through pretty well. I didn't mind it, in fact, that it was 2 hours. Like, it was very, you know, full fat without, there were a lot of wheels spinning. Like, I didn't feel like I never got bored with it at any point. Yeah. You know, I think this is a pretty solid flick. I mean, I'm feeling like 8.5 for me, honestly. Okay. Like, it was, I really did enjoy it. Like I said, there was a lot to, you know, enjoy about this, and, you know, as much as you can enjoy a movie with such awful, stark subject matter. Yeah. Deep movie, very effective. I hope I've been informative. Until the next time, tune in to Neon Trash. Good night, folks.